Okay, folks, CLG here again. So I'm still trying to review chapter 2, and I'm just gonna, I don't know what the hell I want to be making a video like this, but I miss stuff because this is, to me, studying this stuff is, like, if you miss one little part of some of this basic theory, you're kind of lost. So, yeah, I'm trying, but, I printed out chapter 2 so I can just kind of read it over. I reread. This is really fundamental stuff. Electrical, it talks about magnetic fields, just the basic things about electricity, like what's an electron, what's a neutron. I think if I just go through it like this and put an occasional video up in my progress, I can get through it because I got to get to vacuum tube principles. I'm trying, folks. So, this thing went through, and I have videos up on my little playlist on this thing. They talk about intermittent DC current, and they talk about AC current, but see, it's pretty basic up until we start getting into waveforms. And when they start talking about these different types of waveforms here, this is where I'm going to stop for tonight, because this is where it starts getting a little, you got to pay attention, really pay attention. When they start getting into the basic theory, resistance, that's great, but this is something that, it's still pretty basic here. And then once you get into conductance, for me, that is where my mind goes out the door, and I need to really slow it down. And they start getting into resistance or series and parallel circuits with resistors was always pretty easy, but then when you start getting into, let me see here. Yeah, here it gets kind of crazy for me. Power and energy, okay, that's still okay. Capacitance and condensers, this starts getting a little more insane in my mind. We're still in the units here. We start going into capacitors. That wasn't too hard for me to comprehend. I'll show you where I start stumbling. It's getting a little crazy here when we're doing capacitors in series and explaining inductance. Okay, now it's gonna start going crazy for me. Oh, inductance. Okay, here's where the comprehension, I need to really slow it down and either stay stuck or move on, but reactance, when we get into that, which we're going to get into that in this chapter. Yeah. Time constant. Now we're getting into some stuff that kind of goes a little wacko in my mind. Just the whole concept of being able to understand alternating currents. Okay, they talk about phases. And when it starts to go into reactance right here, this is where I lose it every time. And just the whole, I don't even know. So there's capacitor reactance. Is there inductor reactance? Yeah, there is, yeah. And this is where, I know it's basic theory, but this is where I get lost, And this is only page 39. There's another 20 pages to go. So this is like, reactive power. This is 1950, this is no joke. Here's Pythagorean's theorem, or I forget what they call that. So there's mathematics in here that is basic geometry, I think. Is it triangle stuff, or is it trigonometry? I can't remember. I think it's trig. I think this is trig functions, cosine, sine, yeah. Yeah, so, and then when they start combining resistors, inductors, and capacitors, oh yeah, my mind goes completely to sleep on this stuff. So there's a comprehension that I guess what I'm trying to do is, if I go too slow, I'll never get done with it, but That's kind of what I need to do with this stuff, because I'm just trying to learn this on my own, I guess. Jesus, 5 minutes of me talking crap. Wow. So, I mean, I have an interest in this 1950s electronics for ham radio. I think it's the cool era. I know I can learn it, but to me, this is real intimidating. But I'm not going to stop. So I'm just a progress of where I'm at on that. With all the other things I keep putting up that don't make any sense, I have no real direction on this ham radio YouTube channel. This is really the meat and potatoes of where I'm trying to advance, and it's a long road for me, but I'm going to keep on rolling with this, and studying and trying to learn things like this. I think is a good thing. It's a good thing for the brain, and it helps me sleep better at night, I guess. I don't know. 73 from CLG, and hopefully we'll get back on the chapter 3 vacuum tubes eventually. I don't know.